Hello everyone, and welcome back to my channel. This is Kevin Holcomb here. I've been in the mortgage industry almost 9 years now. I've seen a lot, I've been through a lot, and today we are going to talk about what's currently going on in the market now that summer's on its way. Well, we're in summer, and here's what's going on. So as most of you may have seen or may have been aware of, the mortgage industry has kind of slowed down. Home sales have slowed down. Right now, we're in the middle of July. We're getting towards the back end of July. What am I thinking here? Usually by this time, or at least for the last few years, this is when the real estate market is banging. It is usually busy. We have loan applications coming in like crazy. You see houses going up for sale everywhere. This is when the season picks up. Kids are out of school. Most families are looking to move and buy a new place. It's usually during this time where they're not worried about the kiddos and their schooling. And this is usually when things are just busier. And this is when people put more houses on the market. Now, I have seen an uptick in some houses coming onto the market. I've also seen the uptick in home prices. Now here's what's kind of nuts is I'm mostly talking about California because that's where the business that I work out of is in California. And the last 4 appraisals that I've seen come in, which are already really expensive homes in different places in Southern California. So I think one was in La Puente, which is kind of in the LA area. One was in Paris, which is kind of the Hemet, more deserty area past Moreno Valley, outside of Riverside and that whole area there. There are just a couple different areas of Riverside and Corona, and these homes are coming in $20,000, $15,000 over. Their value's coming in that much higher than the purchase price. Now, usually when things start to taper down, when we see affordability is going out the window, usually you don't see that. So we're still seeing the values of homes are still coming in higher than even what the listing agents are pushing, which is interesting because it's kind of a weird in-between of what you would think would be happening, okay? What you think would be happening is that home prices would go on and then the prices would drop over time a little bit here and there because people aren't able to buy them. Well, it turns out people are buying them and they're even getting better deals than they think because they're coming in higher. But these houses, I was looking, the average home price of what our current business pipeline is over $500,000. Our average probably closer to $600,000. So between $600,000 and $500,000 in places like Paris, in places like Riverside or Moreno Valley. Like these are high home prices for those areas. They're not common, or at least they have not been common, but now they're becoming more common than in recent years. It's a very interesting trend to see. Now, looking at some data online and trying to see where there's, what is the loan application volume, that usually tells you if the business is really picking up or not, is how many people are actually applying for home loans. Well, it's been in steady decline over the last 2 or 3 months. Looking at Mortgage News Daily and things like that, you can actually see this negative correlation. You actually see, okay, well, as interest rates are going up, you see mortgage applications are going down. Makes sense. It's becoming harder to qualify for these homes. It's harder to qualify because the interest rate goes up 0.5% to 1% or even 2%. Now being able to qualify for a $340,000 house, now you qualify for like $280,000, and now you just lost all the homes in that area for what they're listed for, at least where you want to live. It's an interesting time that I'm seeing in the industry. Now, we're still doing business, it's just not nearly as much that normally would be at this time. It's kind of like how winter time would be, where you're still doing loans, you're still doing some, almost all purchases now, almost all the refis are gone. But now we're starting to see interest rates in the 6%. I saw one as high as 7% the other day. So we're definitely getting up into the higher interest rates. And meanwhile, we see gas prices are kind of coming down across the board a little bit. The crypto markets that almost completely crashed are starting to rebound. So there are some other things going on in other markets that are, kind of being influenced by summer and some things happening in those markets. But what I'm seeing for real estate and where that could lead us is that I think we're going to have a real slow summer. There's nothing really showing that summer's going to pick up that much. Maybe over the next month we might see a little uptick because some people are still buying, but most of those people are move-up buyers. They're people selling a home that they currently own and then buying a new one because they're getting a premium on the sale. Now they're going to pay a premium on that new one, but they have the equity to do it. That's most of them. Not all, but most of them. So what does this mean if you're a consumer? If you're looking to buy a home at this time, you're going to find that maybe there's not going to be as much available, and what is available is going to be expensive. There may be some competition for it, or you might see more and more people just holding off because, like I said, affordability. Affordability is going out the window in most places. If someone was looking to buy a house last year, this year, if they're looking at that same area, they may not be able to afford to do it. So you may have more and more people dropping out. You're having first-time home buyers are dropping out, and you're having a lot of people who wanted to do something maybe dropping out. So just things to look for. Interesting stuff with money and how that goes about. And so anyway, I just wanted to do a quick snapshot of the market for you guys. This is what I'm seeing. I think we're going to have a pretty slow summer, and I think it's going to go into an even slower winter. And by then, I'm hoping to see some home prices come down. That's my prediction anyway. Anyway, if you have any questions or want to leave a comment, please do so. I respond to just about anything that people post. I like to answer any questions that you might have. And yeah, so we'll catch you guys next time. Peace.